Greetings, happy Wednesday. It is draw time. And I thought it would be a great idea to draw upside down today. I think it could be a really exciting little experiment, and I think we're just going to go for it. So good luck drawing upside down with me, and here we go. Yeah? April Fools! I kid. Hi, guys. Good to see you all again today. It is a beautiful day here. It's very sunny as opposed to yesterday. It's time for another critter this week, and it's one of my favorites. I couldn't not do it, and I'm just going to let you live in suspense for a moment longer while I sort of set up. Hi, everyone. Hi. So I'm going to give you a little view of what my setup looks like today. I just posted a video of what I would be using, but I just, got you, Mom. Just wanted to make sure that everybody was able to see what I posted in my stories just a minute ago. I'll be going with my good old pencil again today, but I am also maybe going to break out the pen today. But a little note about this pen. It's one of my favorites. I think I introduced you to it a couple of lessons ago. You don't have to have this one. You could have a Sharpie. You could have any kind of ink pen. A ballpoint pen would be just great. What I love about this pen, though, is that it will not move, it will not bleed today when I start using these guys. These are my watercolors. And in my story, when I posted about my supplies that I would be using today, I wanted to be real sure to communicate that it does not matter what kind of tool you use to make your colors. You could use your colored pencils, you could use your markers, the other little colored pencils, just whatever you want to use. But I feel like getting a little watercolor going today. So I'm going to be using these, and the reason that I'm going to be using a pen that won't move around is so that, like, when I'm painting my critter, which I still haven't told you what it is, when I'm painting, it won't, the lines won't move. So I don't know about you, but I like lines that don't move. So, all right, so those are the supplies that you'll need for today, or just whatever you want to use. And you know what? If you don't want to add color today, just do a sketch, just do a drawing, whatever you feel like, because it's your drawing and it's not my drawing. My drawing is my drawing. Your drawing is your drawing. So, welcome. I'm glad to see you all, even though I can't see any of you. I can see your names, and you know what time it is. Yes, sir. All right. So, sorry guys. I'm really still, like, it's just me sitting here doing this. So, like, I don't have a makeup person. I don't have a stylist. I don't have a camera crew. It's just me. So, put up with it. I'm kidding. I love you. But do put up with it. So our critter today is going to be another thing that I look at a lot, and you're probably guessing that if I'm looking out my window and our yesterday's squirrel was sitting on the bird feeder, this other thing also sits on the bird feeder a lot. And I have a lot of beautiful birds that live around my house, and I love birds. And you know, yesterday we were talking about looking at photos of things so that we could know what they look like a little bit better when we're drawing. But that is called a reference photo. Or you can just call it a photo, it doesn't matter. But artists and illustrators call those their reference photos. And yesterday I had my reference photos online. Today I have this wonderful thing called a book, and it has pages. And I'm sorry, I'm being incredibly sarcastic, but I love it when I have something that I can hold in my hands and I can be like, I need to look up a house finch. Let me go back to my glossary and look up house finch, and then you can find all kinds of things. So, you know, back in the day, this is how people would, you know, look up the hi Tyler all the way out there in the west. So sorry, I'm a little scattered today, but we're gonna get there. So we are drawing birds today. Bird is our critter for Wednesday, April 1st, and I'm not just gonna draw one kind of bird. I'm not going to necessarily draw a specific bird. I'm just going to draw the birds that I like to draw, and I'm going to draw them in a few different poses so that we might be able to, I don't know, make it look like there's a little bird party going on. So I'm going to set this, wait a second, hold on, let me get lined up because my camera crew isn't here. And pencil, pen, water. All right, so just like yesterday, we started with a very simple shape, and I like to always start an animal or whatever it is that I'm drawing. I really like to try very hard to start it with a shape that is simple, because then it just feels like it's easier to handle. So I'm going to start, when I look at these little, hold on, when I look at the birds outside my window, or when I look at the birds, y'all, check out those beaks. Isn't that amazing? Those are sandpipers. But when I look at a bird, and look at that tail, isn't that incredible? And they have such incredible names. A Kiskadee flycatcher. I've never heard that before. When I look at a bird, I see an oval as the body. So we're going to start with an oval. And an oval is basically just a squished circle. And you probably already knew that. But when I look at this sweet little bluebird, can you see that? I see a little oval right here. And then I see sort of a little rainbow line for the head. So that's how we're going to start all of the different birds that we're going to draw today. I think I'm going to draw 3 birds in my bird party. All right. My bird that maybe is sitting on a tree branch or on the bird feeder, I think, hang on, let me look at my, okay, everything good? Yes, hang on, I'm going to move it down, up, good, yes, focus, good. I told you guys about the blue nail a couple of videos ago. I'll tell you in a little bit. I'm a little rambly today, so I better just get cracking. All right, let's draw. So I'm going to start my little bird with a very lightly drawn oval. Can you see that? And it's going to be kind of small, so I might have to get the camera a little bit closer. But for now, I'm just going to leave it where it is. Hi, Ruby. All right, so I've got sort of a diagonal oval. This oval is sort of up and down, is a vertical, we call that vertical. And then this oval is a horizontal sort of oval. So it's like this, if that were like an egg, it's about to fall over here, and it has fallen over here, if that makes any lick of sense to anyone. All right, so I'm going to start though with my diagonal oval. He's going to be my little bird who's perched in some sweet little place. So after I've got the oval drawn, and that's the body of my bird, I'm going to do sort of a little upside down U sort of line, and that is going to be the what. What do you think that is? I'm going to let you say it out loud, but I can't hear you, but I like to imagine what you all sound like, saying, that's the bird's head. That's the head. And then when a bird is sitting and it's perched, its tail feathers all sort of gather together, and they look kind of like a long, skinny triangle, like a pointy kind of shape. So there's our bird's body and head and tail shape. And now I'm going to do a line that is going to represent the wing. And when a bird is sitting, he's got his little, he or she has his little wing kind of folded up and kind of bunched up against his body. They're very just smart little things. They get all compact. So I'm going to make that wing line sort of like a little, like that. And then this is where all the feathers are. So I'm just going to, remember our jiggity jaggedy lines from yesterday, our texture? Hang on, I'm going to get that a little closer. So I'm getting a little ahead of myself. I was going to try really, really hard to just actually draw the thing today and then do all the details because I got ahead of myself with my squirrel yesterday as well. I'm actually just going to hold my camera right here for just a minute so you can see it closely. All right, so we are now going to put some little legs on this bird. And something that I think is so interesting about a bird is that their legs, they don't just go straight down. They sort of go forward. It's almost like it's helping them balance. So I'm going to draw boink, boink, just like little sticks. And then boink, boink. And then they've got just their funny little bird toes. And I'm not going to get real detailed about this bird's toes because that could be a whole lesson in itself. All right, so if we're looking at this bird on the profile view, which is what we've talked about a couple of times, that means when you're looking at something from the side, kind of like that little guy, we're just seeing one side of him, not two eyes, just one eye. So we'll just put a little circle right here, and then we'll put a little beak. And he's getting cute already. I'm going to go ahead and color that in because I can't help myself. And you guys know how I love to put eyebrows on my animals. Oh, look, there's birds. Look. Oh, hello, little guy. That is a tufted titmouse. All right. All right, so now that we have our little bird built out of all of these shapes, I'm going to erase some lines so that now he looks like, oh, he's pretty cute. Now we're going to add some of that texture that we talked about yesterday. And feathers, hold on, I'm going to get my little sketchy sketch book. Feathers, if you've ever looked very closely at a bird, those feathers are like overlapping shapes. And they're like long U shapes. Oh, you can't see that. There we go. They're like long U shapes. So maybe this is the wing of the bird. So maybe there's these long U shapes that are all in a row, and then there's another long series of them, and then they just keep going. And that might be what that bird's wing would look like if it would ever sit still and let you look at it closely. All right, so here's our cute little bird. Here's the sort of feather texture on his wing. And let's put some kind of long feather markings on his little tail as well. And because he's in profile, we don't see his other wing, but we could pretend that it's sort of peeking out up on top on the other side. All right, that's a cute bird. All right, so let's move on though to let's go to this guy. And let's say he's also in profile, but he's looking up at the other bird. So let's say, and what was that sort of line that we made on this other oval? What did I call that? I called it an upside down U shape, or like a rainbow, basically an arc, an arched line. And so we're going to do the same thing over here. And the wonderful thing about this way of drawing birds is that putting these elements, these shapes and these kinds of lines together in different sorts of ways will give you all of these different bird poses. And let's say this guy, his tail is coming down on the other side. And so here's this little eye. Here's that little wing shape again. You can make it jiggity-jaggedy if you want. Again, I can't help myself, just putting the feathers on immediately. But let's say this bird is talking to that bird, and he's saying, hello, happy day to you. So what would we do differently? This guy has a triangle with a line down the middle because he's not talking right now. But this guy, I say we do 2 little skinnier triangles like that. And maybe he is singing a beautiful tune. And maybe some of you know how to draw music notes. Eyebrow. And we can put some of those little feather markings on this little guy. And he needs some legs. So, or you know what? Sometimes a bird can, or does, sort of fold up their legs underneath them. So let's say this guy is on a tree branch, and the tree branch is going under the bird. Can you guys hear the trash truck? Here it comes. It's loud. So let's just say he's got like his little bird claws are kind of wrapped around the branch, kind of like that. And there's the other one right there. All right, so we've got a little bird party going on so far. And this guy, you know what? I think I'm going to move my horizontal oval up here because I want this bird to look like it is doing something else that birds do, which is what, folks? This bird is going to be flying, and he's a little bit smaller than the others. And that's going to mean maybe he looks a little further off. Maybe he's a little further away. But first we need to give this guy somewhere to be standing. Let's put him on a branch of his own. So maybe these guys are in the same tree, but they're just on different branches. They're just kind of hanging out. Maybe they are talking about that guy. All right, so this little bird, I think I'm going to make him flying that way. So that would mean that that sort of rainbow shape line would actually, instead of going up here, because that would look kind of funny on a flying bird, we're going to make that rainbow line come out of the front like this. Because he's in flight, he's going, he's moving, he's going places. So then where does that mean that his tail feathers are? I think they're back here. Now, a lot of different birds do a lot of different things with their tails when they're flying. There is a bird called a swallow that has a tail that is forked, like it has it's kind of like that. And they're very easy to spot. I have a pair of earrings that's like a swallow. Now, where would our beak be? We don't want to put it down there, right? Because this bird doesn't look like he's going to go anywhere fast if he's looking down. If I were a bird and if I were flying through the sky, I would want to be keeping my head forward. So maybe his beak is here. Nope, wait, that's too big. Sorry, guys. Maybe his beak is right here. And he is happy to be on his way. Now, we need to put some wings on this guy, and I'm going to try to make this as simple as I can. I did some sketches earlier, and I wanted to show you what I kind of figured out. Do you see how the wings look sort of like a, what kind of line would you, maybe like a mountain. That looks like a mountain, a peak. And they go out from the body of the bird, and then you just go, won't, 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 won't. Those are all of those many, many, many feathers that are in their wings. So I'm going to try to do that on this guy, and we'll see how it goes, because we're seeing him in profile view. So let's say it's a mountain line, but that goes up like that. And then all of those feathers come like this. And then I hope that we would see this wing over here as well. But maybe, and remember we talked about how we make something look like it's behind something else. So maybe I'm doing the same lines on this wing, but I gotta stop right there so that this wing can still look like it's in front of that wing. It's a magical little trick. And so this bird, lots and lots of feathers. And then I'm going to erase that little line and maybe darken that little line. Eyebrow. I need to also erase this. Now, where did this bird's little feet go? Maybe they're folded up underneath his body. Kind of like if you've ever seen an airplane take off. The wheels lift up and they go up inside the bottom of the plane. So we'll just imagine that that's what that bird did with his wings. So they're pretty cute, and I'm going to add some color to these birds. And I said that I was going to add pen, but I don't think I'm going to. Is that okay with you guys? I think I'm just going to keep it pencil. And what color do we want these birds to be? I think I want them to be whatever colors I want them to be. I'm not going to make them like some realistic bird. So, as I think I said in one of my videos before, turquoise is just, you just can't beat it. I'm going to make one of these birds turquoise. Yeah, that feels about right. I would love for you all to think about what you think the story is with these birds. Like, what's going on? Are they planning a birthday party? Are they talking about spring? Are they, I don't know. While I'm painting, I can't come up with anything clever, so that's going to be up to you guys. He's pretty. Little bluebird. What color should his beak be? Purple? You know what? I think I'm going to put some of this kind of periwinkle color, which is one of my other favorites. I think I'm going to put some of that on his belly, just 'cause. Looks a little bit darker, almost like his belly is down in some shadow, and that kind of works out well. I think I'm going to make his beak orange, like this kind of yellowy orange. And he's real cute. All right, so I think this bird is going to be one of my other favorite colors, which is this color that I told you about also, which is called vermilion. What a great color. Look at that. It's like a mix between orange and red. Also, look at the watercolor in the water. I could probably watch just hours of that. Boink. Okay, so I'm going to put, sorry, that clicking is my record player. I'm going to put some red on this little guy. And it's going to take everything I have to not put party hats on these birds. It's probably going to end up happening, but I'm just going to go ahead and get the color on them first. If anyone has any thoughts about what you think these birds are up to, what their topic of discussion is, I don't think that, here we go. I don't think they're worrying about things that humans are worrying about. They probably have other things to worry about, like finding food for their babies and, let's see, building their nests. I think I'm going to make this bird's beak sort of a gray blue. You're cute. And I don't know why I've always assumed, but I have since I can remember, since I was a little girl, I always assumed that the beak and the legs of a bird had to be the same color. I don't think that's actually based in any sort of fact, but that's just what I always thought. So that's what I stick with. All right, so I'm getting a request for a purple bird, and I'm definitely going to make that happen. Let's see. Purple, and one of my favorite kinds of purple is something that's sort of like a pinky purple. So I'm going to start with my pink. Oh man, that's pretty. And then I'm going to add some of my wonderful periwinkle. Yep, there it is. A little more periwinkle. All right. Yes to the purple. Flying purple bird. And I hope that even if some of you did not have time to go grab your watercolors, or if you didn't have any watercolors handy, I hope that you're maybe just finding whatever it is in your house that you can make color with. My friend Mrs. Swords, who I teach with, she calls it just color makers. Whatever kind of color maker you have. Maybe you don't have any paints, but maybe in your kitchen cabinet you have food coloring. I don't know. I've seen people making paints out of Skittles these days. So anything goes, as far as making some paints. And then if you made paint with Skittles, then maybe you could lick your painting, kind of like in Willy Wonka when they lick the the wallpaper. Have you guys seen that? Of course you have. All right, so this one is going to get a turquoise beak. Sorry, camera work is shoddy today. Shoddy means bad. All right, guys, it's party hat time. So, in fact, actually, because this guy is the singer, I saw someone say that one of them should have a bow tie. So I'm definitely giving this guy a bow tie. So it would kind of go around his cute little neck like this. And then the little knot. And then a little bow tie. And because it's so tiny, I'm just going to color that in like that. He looks very distinguished. And then I think this one is going to have the party hat. Da, da, da. And party hats can be all different kinds of shapes and sizes, but I'm going to have one with diagonal stripes and a little poofy pom-pom on top, which is just like a circle that I made out of a bunch of little tiny lines. And she probably needs that. She needs a strap on that hat or it's going to fall off, especially if she starts flying. What special thing should I give this one? Any ideas? I know somebody said one should have a tuxedo, but I just don't know if I can clothe a bird entirely, because then where do his wings go? But this guy has a bow tie, so all right. So I think I'm going to give this one a necklace. She's going to have a little beaded choker. Yes. Oh, look who it is. Say hi to Sylvie. She can't help herself. All right, so I think I'm going to make her little choker. Maybe, what color should I make it? Maybe this. No, maybe like a dark pink. Let's see what that looks like. Oh, yes. Maybe it's rubies. Kind of like my little Ruby who's watching this video right now. Yeah, that's pretty great. So, oh, wait, we got to do the party hat. Ooh, a beanie, that would have been good too. Like a little French beret. I'll have to think on that. All right, I definitely think we're gonna need some yellow for this party hat. Yellow, yellow, yellow. And I'm gonna do, whoops, that's a little too much. I'm gonna do the whole thing yellow, and then I can go over it with the stripes. They're cute. Hi, Anna Jane. Is that Anna Jane? I'm assuming because it says Bales. All right, so here are our 3 poses of birds so far. And I'm hoping that in the future, when you try to draw a bird, that you'll remember these shapes that all go into making a bird. Because seriously, you can make any. You know what? In fact, I'm going to do just a shape bird so that we can look again at the shapes that go into the bird. And I'm going to do it with my good old friend turquoise. So let's say we make our oval. So that's going to be where we always start with a bird, is our little oval shape. Wonderful. Then our little rainbow line, which is like a little doink, and then that gets colored in. And then our little tail, which is like a long, skinny, sort of sharp triangle. And again, all different birds have all different kinds of tails, but I'm just making it easy on myself right here. And then another little triangle for the little bird's beak. And because this bird is just a shape bird, kind of like a silhouette, maybe we're not seeing his little wing. But let me try to put it on there with another color, like this. And then we put some color down there, his little eye. And then maybe could add his little branch. So I hope you guys will have some fun playing around with, seriously, I'm just kind of going for it right now. So maybe this is going to turn into a total silhouette bird. Do you guys know what silhouette means? A silhouette is when you see just the shape of something, but you don't see the details. Like when you look in your backyard when the sun is going down, and all you see are the shapes of the trees, but you don't see the colors or the textures of the trees. That's what a silhouette is. So, birds. You know, it could be really fun. At the end of our critter week, maybe we could do a drawing of all of the critters together. Maybe this little bird goes and says hello to the squirrel that we drew yesterday, and then maybe they all, I don't know, get together and chill out. Here's one more thing before I go. Here's another little pose of a cute little bird in a nest. I think I showed you in one of the other videos, there is a little bird in my back, the awning over my back door, and he is building a very beautiful nest, and it fell down one day, and then I was really worried, but then I looked out the next morning and he really had persisted, and he rebuilt that beautiful nest. Or maybe it was a she, I don't know. Do the dads or the mom birds build the nests, or is it a joint effort? I don't know. There's so much that I don't know, then there's a little bit that I do know, and I do know how to draw birds, and I hope that now you know how to draw birds. And you know what's always wonderful when you don't know how to draw something is to look at one. Drawing is looking, for sure. So I think that's going to be it for today. Critter number 3, where we'll have 2 more this week, and I'm not telling you what they are. So remember, if you did a little drawing or painting today, I would love to see it. And you can do that. Hold on. I got my card that I got out of the trash yesterday. You can either post it and hashtag it Art Class with Miss Coates at Home, Or if you would like to, you could send it to me in a little direct message inside the wonderful world of Instagram, and then I can see it, and then I can post it for you. So that'll do it for today. As always, wash your hands, drink your water, be good to each other, and go outside today. If you haven't gone outside today, I highly recommend that you go out and breathe some of the wonderful fresh air that's out there today on this first day of the month of April. I love April. All right. Until tomorrow, boys and girls and ladies and gentlemen, I bid you adieu. I'll tell you about the blue nail tomorrow, I promise, or maybe in my stories. Okay. Love y'all.